Hi, I'm so glad you're back. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about change fatigue. How do we navigate change? I mean, we know that it's the inevitable reality of being a human being. And in many ways, we actually embrace change in a lot of what we do, whether we go to a new restaurant, try a new food, do something new, learn a new sport. There's a lot of change we embrace. But when I talk to leaders, I often hear them say that they feel like change is the biggest barrier to getting things done with their team. If there's anything I've learned in my leadership, whether leading teams or consulting and helping leaders lead teams, it's that change itself is not what burns out people. It's the pace, it's the pressure, and it's the pileup of unclear expectations that leads to the burnout. So what do we do? Here are three strategies I want to offer you. One, slow the system down, not the people, the system. When teams are tired, the issue isn't motivation, it's bandwidth. We all only have so much bandwidth and energy to navigate something that feels hard or heavy or maybe unclear. So, what can we do to navigate this with our teams? Reduce the number of active priorities you have going on at once. Focus on one or two, and then push all the non essential change back a month. Now, this might feel hard because we might feel like, but it's attached to the priorities that I have set totally. But what is non essential for today or for this month? And we're not going to focus on it. And we're going to focus on the key change that needs to happen right here, right now. Where can you shorten meetings or remove them? How many of us have been at meetings that really could have been an email or a Slack message or an update from our boss or from the team lead? Where can you shorten meetings or potentially remove them? And then where can you create pockets of time for your people just to breathe? Breathing room. This helps with that bandwidth overload. If we give people the time to exhale as they come into a meeting, they're going to be a lot more present to what's going on. And this can be quick. Maybe it's going around the table for the first 5 minutes of your meeting and saying one word for how you feel coming into this meeting. No judgment. Or for yourself. And why this works is because fatigue is usually caused by too many shifts all at once rather than just mere resistance. So, slowing the system is really then the only way that we can give people the cognitive space that they need to process what's actually transpiring here and then to get the buy in. A lot of resistance comes from, I don't understand that and I don't know why. And we haven't given people the breathing room to actually process it. Okay, number two, reduce friction, not expectations. Okay, these two can go together, I promise you. People don't resist change in and of itself, like we've already talked about. They resist the sense of confusion, ambiguity, or the unnecessary effort that is coming through the change you're asking them to engage in. So, what do we do as leaders? We can clarify just the next step, not the whole plan. And I'm totally guilty of this. I love the big picture and I want to give everybody a sense of what this all means. And then I have people looking at me like deer in headlights. Give them the next step. And then where can we simplify documentation or forms that are linked to this change? Are there templates we can be using? How do we create things into bulleted points so that people can scan and actually consume the information versus long-winded paragraphs that no one's actually reading? And then give one clear place where your updates and your decisions live. How many times have you navigated change and part of that information is in an email, it's in a WhatsApp group, it's in a Slack message, it's in a Google Drive, it's somewhere in the system and you're not entirely sure, and then there's gaps and not all of the change is happening the way it needs to happen. Create one place. And why this works is because reducing the effort cost that we ask of people and the effort cost of change actually restores energy. We reduce friction. Friction is really the real source of burnout. When things aren't meeting, when everything feels heavy, and we're over engineering and reworking the wheel. So remove it. Remove the friction, and change will become doable. Okay, 3, give people one small win that they can anchor to. Progress restores energy better than encouragement. I know, I know. We've heard so much that we need to give our people positive feedback. And there's an element of that is true. But if it's only sitting in good job or stay positive, we're not helping people understand how their behavior is connected to the overall change, and that's the momentum. Have you ever taken data on your own progress and looked at it and been like, "Ooh, I'm making the change," and all of a sudden we've got buy-in to keep moving. It's the same with our people. So highlight one visible improvement the change is creating or will potentially create. Celebrate those small early wins, even if they're tiny. It doesn't matter. We want to encourage people to recognize where their behavior is actually moving the needle in the direction we want it to go. And then show what's actually getting better. When we're in the height of what feels hard and heavy, it's really hard to see what's working. And it's helpful as leaders, it's actually our responsibility as leaders to highlight that for our people. When teams move through change, they need to feel momentum. And when they feel momentum, they'll move. Being told to stay positive and good job is not going to be enough to maintain that momentum you're looking for. So show them in real time, in data, where are they moving the needle and what's getting done. So these are small shifts that, I hate to break it to you, aren't going to actually speed up change because change doesn't happen like the flick of a light switch, but it will make it sustainable. And I think that that's what matters for us as leaders. And that's often where we can alleviate some of the pressure when we know that the change is actually sticking. Sustainable change is the only kind of change that lasts.